Yeah, what's up? I'm making this video today. I'm talking about Canada's trash, and I'm glad this country is falling apart. This is a garbage nation. It's been garbage for a while now, but it's kind of just confirmed. This place is falling apart, and anyone who's gonna live here over the next 10, 20 years is gonna live a very shitty quality of life. They're gonna be very poor, in debt. I mean, I'm gonna escape this country eventually. I can't right now because my criminal charges, but I'll get out of this country once I get over these fucking criminal charges because this country is trash. It's so bad. It's really falling apart. In so many different aspects, from the immigration rate being too high, at over 1 million a year, despite our population being under 40 million. Well, it's over 40 million now because despite females not doing the replacement, we're one of the fastest growing countries in the world. The replacement is for, on average, every female has to have 2.1 kids to achieve replacement population. Canada is well below the 2.1 replacement level. Despite that, our population is growing absurdly fast because our immigration rate is so high. I think we're one of the fastest growing countries in the world, despite us not being at replacement population for birth rates. So like, this country's falling apart. I just got a notice. Apparently, my rent is going up to $1,500 a month just for a fucking studio. Like, or for a 1 bedroom. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. This country's falling apart. People who stay here are gonna live a terrible quality of life in the next 10 to 20 years. It's already getting pretty absurd. I've seen this coming for so many years, but it's just confirming it to me that this is what's happening. Like, I got out of the big city just so I could have cheap rent, and it's like the big city prices are even coming to the small cities now. This is what I thought would happen. This country is completely falling apart. It's garbage. I have zero national pride for this country. If anything, I have the opposite of national pride. I want to watch this country burn because it's fucking shit. This country sucks. A terrible country. And I don't even like the people. It's not even just the government. The government's terrible, but I don't even really like the people, honestly. So the people who are going to be living in this hellscape in 10 years have it coming. Because, yeah, it's not even just completely the government, it's also the people. The people are trash, the government's trash, the economy's trash, the social structure's trash, the politics trash, the way the country's heading trash. Just everything about this country is trash. It's garbage. This country's shit. Yeah, I don't like this country. Well, I'm gonna get out of this country, so it's not gonna be my problem. It's gonna be their problem. So I finally get out of this fucking shithole. Ironically, they're probably gonna stop me. Like, even once I'm off my charges, they're probably gonna try and stop me from leaving the country because I got all this gold, and countries don't like when their citizens leave with gold because, there's a saying that something along the lines of he who controls the gold has all the power, and it's like, obviously I don't own an insane amount of gold, but with how much gold I own, it's definitely going to bring some red flags because they don't want their citizens leaving with all this gold because it looks bad on their country. What up, dude? How you doing? I'm not too good today, man. Hope you're good. But yeah, check this out. I was sleeping. I went to sleep like 2 hours ago. My landlord starts knocking on my door. I thought maybe it's the police or whatever. They start knocking on my door. They start knocking on my door. I'm literally in my underwear. I don't want to answer the door because I'm sleeping. And then she opens the door on me. And she comes in my apartment like with only 3 knocks. She knocks on my door 3 times and comes in my apartment. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, we put this note on your door 5 days ago. We're coming in for an inspection. It's like, what? What? I don't check my door. I'm on house arrest. I don't go outside my door. I'm not allowed to. So I don't check my door. But look at this. This is what my rent's going to. So if I sign another 12-month term in September, it's going to go up to $1,135 a month, which isn't too bad. It's still pretty bad. But if I don't sign another year lease, it's going to go up to $1,500 a month. Like, what the fuck? This country's shit. Canada's trash. I hate this. I'm gonna escape this country eventually. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna move to maybe Florida, because this place is cold as shit. Like everything about Canada is garbage. I hate this country. Like everything about it. I can't say enough bad things about this country. I hate Canada. It's trash. Like at least if I was paying a high rent in Florida, at least it's fucking warm, you know, or Texas. This place is cold as shit. It sucks. Canada's a hellscape. Yeah, man, there's a lot of strange stuff going on. Yeah, that's true. There's really weird stuff going on in America too, I know. Yeah, there's like I saw your community posts, and yeah, they are definitely. I don't think I'm surveyed too much. I know the government does keep an eye on me, but I don't think I'm surveyed as much as you, especially like gang stalked as much as you. But I know there is people who keep an eye on me and stuff. I just don't really know to what extent and stuff. I'm just really annoyed with this because it's like I got out of the big city. I'm not in a big city anymore. My rent should not be this high. This is a small city in Alberta, Canada, and look how high my rent's getting because our immigration rate's too high. My grandma told me back in 2014, 2015 when Justin Trudeau first got elected. He wasn't elected. He's a dictator, but when he got elected in 2015, my grandma told me the immigration rate was too high. That's back when he had his immigration rate at 4,000 because he kept increasing the immigration rate. He had the immigration rate at 4,000 people a year, which is pretty high for Canada. Like, you got to think our population was only back then like 34 million. But now the immigration rate, he's bringing in over 1 million immigrants a year. Over 1 million immigrants a year when you consider the student visas and stuff. That's a lot. Our population is now over 40 million, despite the fact women aren't having 2.1 kids per woman on average because that's the replacement rate in any country. That's the average. You need each woman on average needs to have 2.1 kids to have replacement levels, and we're well below that. So you know, if we didn't bring in all these immigrants, our population would be shrinking, which would be healthy because we can't afford to have all these have all these people, and it's getting too like this country's falling apart in so many ways. Dude, come to America. Yeah, I'm probably gonna come to America because I know it's still expensive in America, but at least it's worth it. Like America's better. Like at least I could have some national pride if I became American. I can't have national pride in this country. There's none to give. This country sucks. So yeah, I want to come to America. I don't really know what state yet. Probably one of the southern states like Florida or Texas. But I also know there's a lot of. I don't want to be an immigrant myself. You know, I might move to Mexico. I don't really want to go to the Philippines, but I've thought about it. Something like that. America will look better if people start to fight back against the establishment. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's kind of hard because there's only two options, and that's Trump and Biden, and they both kind of suck. But it's better than the option here, where it's just always Trudeau, just always Justin Trudeau, the dictator. He's a very evil person. He's trying to destroy this country, and he's doing a good job at it. That's the only thing he does a good job at is destroying the country, and it's pretty obvious he does it on purpose. So it's like he's doing a good job, just not in the right area that he should be doing a good job. The only thing he's good at is destroying the country. Check out my recent post. I think I saw your post. Maybe I just woke up because I woke up to my landlord opening my fucking door and walking in on me, and I only had my underwear on. It's really fucking weird. Yeah, I was trying to sleep. Check out my recent post. Just made it 5 minutes ago. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen it. The Illuminati's against me, I swear. Yeah, I don't know what's up, man. You know, I don't know if it's like this in America, but it's going to shit. This country, it's really going to shit. Trudeau equals spineless. Yeah, he's a spineless. He's a coward. He's just completely evil. He's a sellout. Yeah, Justin Trudeau is evil. It's like. And I'm in a small city. Like rent should not be this high. Like maybe in the big city, like you know that because that guy doxed me. I came from Calgary, and for a studio apartment in Calgary now, it's $2,200 a month. A studio. That's not even a one bedroom. You don't get a bedroom. You literally just get like a living room and a kitchen, a tiny kitchen, for $2,200 a month, $2,200 a month. When I moved into that place in 2021, my rent was $960 a month. So you got to think in just 3 years, that rent in that studio that I had in Calgary went from $960 a month to $2,200 a month. What? What? That's insane. That's over a double increase. That should take like 20 years to double in price. It took 3 years to over double in price. It went from 960 to now $2,200 a month. Like what? That's insane. It's because of all the immigrants. It's because this country's corrupt. Like there's no way. And it's a studio apartment. It's not a 1 bedroom. You don't even get a bedroom. You get a fucking, like here at least I have a bedroom, but they want to start charging $1,500 a month for fucking this shit. Like it's not that big. And don't get me wrong, I do like this apartment, but $1,500 a month worth? Fuck no. Like no, this is a small city in Canada, Alberta. It should not be fucking $1,500 a month. That's crazy. Yo, dude, did you see my current community wall post? No, I didn't. Nobody can call. Wait, what? I'm gonna check that right now, man. I have to check on my laptop because I'm on my phone. Let me see. It's crazy. No one can call 911 now. Yeah, things are getting so bad in America too, hey? But they always test their liberal agendas here in Canada first, and they bring it to America. Yeah, they always test the liberal agendas here first, and then I noticed like a couple years later they'll start trying to bring it to America. Fight the establishment, believe in yourself, and never give up. Don't let the authorities bully people, bully you. I'm not delusional or trying to say something cliche. It's just how I feel. I have no regrets in terms of fighting back against the government. Also, a laptop unboxing will be uploaded. Oh, nice. You got the laptop, hey? To all the people who live in Massachusetts, stay safe and keep that strap close at all time. Yeah, I can't even have a strap here in Canada, but I do have weapons for if anyone breaks in. Damn, that's crazy. Major 911 outage reported in Massachusetts. Yeah, what do you pay your taxes for if you can't even call 911, right? Like, isn't that like one of the main things they say? Pay your taxes. That's why we have police. You know, like they want you to pay your taxes, but they can't even keep the police up, or they can't fix the roads. You know, the potholes are never fixed. I don't know how it is in Massachusetts. I can never really say that properly. But yeah, I don't know how it is there, but like they never fix the potholes here. And you know, the thing is too, they wanna raise the capital gains tax here in Canada now to 66%. They just keep increasing taxes instead of budgeting. It's already insane. It's at 50%. So say I made $10,000 on Bitcoin stocks. The government wants 5,000 of that. But now Christina Freeland, she's pretty much like the Kamala Harris of Canada. Christina Freeland, she says taxes are too low. We need to raise capital gains tax to 66%. So if you make $10,000, they want 6,600 of it. You only get to keep less than 4,000 of the 10,000 you made on investments. And the government wants over half of your, like way over half. That's insane. That's insane. There are some places in the world that don't even have capital gain taxes, and they want 66% capital gains taxes. Yo, dude, yeah, I just saw that community post. Nobody can call 911. Like, that's crazy, man. Yes, my brother, that is ridiculous. Do you know any place that costs less to live? Have you researched as much? I know it's kind of hard, but Puerto Rico, I think it's kind of part of America. I don't know how Puerto Rico works. It's kind of part of America, but not. But it's also kind of like an island, Puerto Rico. So it's hard to get land out there and stuff. But there's like no taxes in Puerto Rico. It's really cool. But I don't think I could ever get to Puerto Rico. But yeah, I've thought about Florida. Florida's really cool. Texas, obviously. I've kind of given up on California because it's way too liberal. I mean, it'd pretty much just be like moving from Canada to another Canada, moving to California, because California is pretty much just like Canada. I mean, the populations are the exact same size. Like the state of California is like the exact same population as Canada. They're just as liberal as each other. Like that's why California is falling apart. Like California is just pretty much Canada in America. But yeah, I also could move to Mexico, which is obviously the crime in Mexico is pretty high, but I've heard good things about Mexico. Yeah, it's something I have to really consider. It sucks because so many places across the world right now are really shitty. It's not like, I'm not saying like the grass is always greener. It's just, there's definitely better places than Canada. Like Canada is terrible. Canada's fucking terrible. I like really despise this country. It's not just like it's not just obviously the police are tyrannical, the government's tyrannical, and I don't like the people in Canada either. They're all like stuck up pricks who are fucking so into themselves, and they're so like just evil people. So like I just hate this country all around, honestly. And I want to get out of it. I need to do I need to do so much more financial research. Yeah, it's all good, man. Um, yeah, there's lots of things you can research. I mean, you kind of have invested in video games. I know that's not considered a full-on investment, but it's somewhat of an investment. It's better than holding your money in cash, in my opinion, because at least the video games will go up in value. If you hold your money in cash, that's just going to go down in value. So like, yeah, I'd consider that somewhat of an investment. I'm ignorant about finances. Yeah, it's all good. It's just one of my interests. Dude, have you seen the new president? Yeah, Nubay Ukele or whatever. I don't know his name because it's like Spanish, but yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. One of my my childhood friends was from his family's from El Salvador, and he used to tell me stories in 2019 of how bad El Salvador was because his grandpa escaped El Salvador, and El Salvador in the 80s and 90s was like a war zone. And that Nubay Ukele guy came in, and now it's like it has like one of the lowest crime rates in the world, El Salvador. That guy's awesome. He's like one of the few good world leaders across the world right now. He's like one of the few good ones. He's actually really good. Yeah, that guy's awesome. Like we need leaders like that. He defeated MS-13. Yeah, MS-13. Nayib Bukele. Yeah, he defeated MS. Yeah, MS-13 was a terrible gang. They made it like a war zone in the 80s and 90s. El Salvador was like a war-torn country pretty much because how bad the gangs were, and they would just kill anyone because they just ruled the country. And yeah, that since that Nayib Bukele guy came in, he's just turned it around. It has one of the lowest crime rates in the world. Damn, man, it's crazy. I was just out for a walk. Oh, nice. Then 5 minutes after I get back, I received that alert. Oh, the 911 alert? Yeah, that's crazy. You can't even call 911. Like, are we in a fucking zombie apocalypse right now? Like, what? Like, yeah, it's just, and you're kind of by New York, so you're gonna see a lot of bad shit too, hey? Because like, all that shit's gonna kind of come out of New York to where you are. Yeah, it's fuck. Like, shit's so bad. We need good leaders, and the options that we're given aren't very great. I mean, I do think Pierre, like the conservative leader here in Canada, I think Pierre is pretty good, but I guess a lot of people disagree. They call him Maple MAGA, because MAGA, Make America Great Again, is Trump's thing, but they're calling him Maple MAGA because even though he doesn't support MAGA, I think he does like Trump, but yeah, they're calling him Maple MAGA because he's a conservative, and he's founding his election policy on common sense. He says, bring common sense home and stuff like that. And they're comparing it to MAGA, Make America Great Again. So they're calling him Maple MAGA, but I think he's all right. I mean, he's not amazing, but he's definitely better than Trudeau. Dude, I can't lie. I sort of used to like the way MS-13 looked. I guess, yeah, they had some cool looks, but they were very evil people. Very, like, I would not want to be in MS-13 as a gang. It looks terrible. They have cool face tattoos. Yeah, they have cool tattoos. They look very vicious and stuff. They're bad, brutal people, though. Yeah, they are. They're terrible. Yeah, they terrorized El Salvador for many, many years. Man, I live 50 minutes from Lawrence, Massachusetts. I don't know what Lawrence is, but I know you live close to New York, because I think like Massachusetts is like really close to New York State, right? I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it on the map that much. It's not too big of a state, right? But I mean, there's a lot of states in the States. Like, what is there? Like 52 states? 52, 53, something like that. Here in Canada, we have provinces, and they're much bigger than states, and there's only like a couple provinces. I think there's only like 8 or 9 provinces here. There's not a lot of provinces, but there's a lot of states. And Canada's like bigger than the United States when it comes to land. But this country's trash. The only reason this country hasn't collapsed yet is because we have such a big land mass and we have so much oil fields and stuff. If we weren't blessed with big oil fields and like lots of oil and shit, this country would have been gone a long time ago. But that'd be a good thing because this country needs to collapse. I fucking hate this country. I live 20 minutes away from Lynn, MA. Yeah, I don't know where that is. 45 minutes from Joe Chester. Yeah, see, I don't know much about Massachusetts as a state. I don't think I would move there just because, you know, it's too close to Canada. It's still kind of cold. You know, Massachusetts is still kind of up north. I want to move down south where it's warm. I like the hot weather. A city in America with the highest amount of illegal immigrants in the entire country. Oh, really? Yeah, so you must know then the immigrant problem. Hey, we have a massive immigration problem here in Canada. Yeah. Like think about like I know the Canadian dollar is worth less, so this doesn't seem like a whole lot like in American dollars, but you got to think when Justin Trudeau took office, the Canadian dollar was worth like $1.02 above. So for every American dollar, you could get $1.02, or like, you know, the Canadian dollar used to be worth more. It used to be like $1.02 to the American dollar. Now it's like 73 cents to the American dollar. So this doesn't seem much in American dollars anymore. Like what is it? $1,135 is maybe like, what is that? Maybe like $900 US a month. But you got to think 10 years ago, these dollars used to be worth more than the American dollars before our dictator took place. So like, although Canadian dollars seem very weak and worthless today, they used to be worth more than the American dollar before we had our dictator take office. So it's like, yeah, like these prices are insane for a monthly. And like, I'm gonna have to sign a 12-month lease, but yeah. It's because of all the immigrants, man. They've ruined this country. My grandma said this back in like 2015 to me when I was on the plane. She told me about Justin Trudeau's immigration policy and stuff. And it was way lower back then. But back when she told me about it, she said it's going to ruin the country and stuff. And she was like, I feel bad for your generation. You guys are going to really suffer. You're not going to be able to afford anything. Like she completely predicted it. And ever since then, I've been against the immigration policy. And people have only started complaining about it the past couple of years because he's raised it to over 1 million people a year. But even back then, she was telling me how terrible it was because it was way too high at 400,000. And now it's over 1 million. It's like 400,000 was too high. Now 1 million. What the fuck? We are so fucked. Massachusetts, 3.5 hours away from Canada border in Maine. Yeah, see, I knew it was close to Canada. Yeah, Canada sucks. This country's garbage. I don't want to be an immigrant myself, but I gotta leave this country. I mean, that's just what happens. I mean, at least I'm white. That's a good, you know, a lot of these, none of these immigrants are white, you know. I mean, besides the Ukrainian ones, because we have a lot of Ukrainian immigrants. Those are the only white immigrants we ever have. Besides that, all the immigrants are either from India, Pakistan, a couple other countries like that, you know, those type of countries. Which is why I say, like, I don't dislike Indian people, but I'm just annoyed with them because there's too many in Canada. Like, this is Canada, this isn't India. And it takes away my national pride when I go to the supermarket and I see more Indians than fucking Canadians. It's annoying, right? And I don't dislike Indians, but it's to the point where it's like they've taken over our country. So it kind of makes me dislike them because it's like they call us the colonizers. They call white people the colonizers. And then we give all these Native Americans all these reparations and stuff. But then who's the real colonizer when they came in Canada and they took over Canada? It's not us anymore. We're not the colonizers. The Indian people are the colonizers. They took over Canada. So like, do white people get reparations now that Indian people took over Canada? Do we get our reparations from the Indian people? You know? They colonized us, so it's like, okay, start enslaving the Indian people now because they're colonizers. Give us our reparations just like the Native Americans got, you know? I mean, they're still getting reparations, the Native Americans, to this day. They don't have to pay taxes. They get free land on native reserves. They get discounts on college. They get discounts on cigarettes and alcohol. They get free money from casinos and stuff. Like, they get a bunch of reparations still, Native Americans. I'm sorry to hear that has happened. Your landlord seems like, yeah, my landlord was good, but for the past month, they've been really fucking me. They turned off all my heating. They're increasing my rent. She came in with, like, I was in my boxers. It's not like she saw me in my boxers or my underwear and she's like, oh, sorry, I'll give you a minute to change. No, she comes in and she's like, she does her 10-second inspection or like 20-second inspection looking around my place. and then leave. She doesn't give me even like a little bit of time to put my jeans on. Your grandma's quite wise. Yeah, I don't talk to her anymore just because she's on my dad's side, and she would always tell me to forgive my dad, and I can't. So, yeah, my grandma was wise, but yeah, I don't talk to her anymore. I haven't for. My grandma was also wise and had a great honor code. Nice. My grandma on my mom's side is smart too. She's very Christian. She's had MS, not MS-13, the gang, but she's had MS like for 20 years now. So she's been in a wheelchair for a long time. And she's just always believed in God. She just says, this is what God wanted for me. And she's just super Christian. She's always put her faith in God. And yeah, she's always like praying for me and stuff. Yeah, my grandma on my mom's side. But yeah, who I was talking about earlier was my grandma on my dad's side with the immigration and stuff. God rest her soul. She passed away a day after my birthday on April 8, 2013. Oh, wow, that's been a long time, man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I still have both my grandma and yeah. I like Indian people a lot, but I would not want them colonizing my country. Yeah, exactly. Like it's very discouraging when you go to anywhere, when you go out anywhere in your own country and you just see other races. You never see your own, you never see Canadians. You just always see other races, whether it's Pakistan, Indian. Like, we're the minority. They need to rule India and celebrate their hard-earned independence. Yeah, exactly, because they were colonized by the British for a long time, but now they have their independence. But yeah, we've already been colonized by Indians because we're the minority now. We literally are. I'm not even saying that like as a baseless like insult or anything. It's true. Like Canadians, white Canadians are the minority in Canada now. Because we're dying off because our replacement levels are below 2.1, but our population is growing. Like Canada is one of the fastest growing countries by percentage in the world right now. Like we're one of the if not the fastest, I think we are the fastest growing country in the world right now, despite our birth rates being so abysmal. They're terrible. Yet we're the fastest growing country in the world right now. Yeah, because we're bringing in all these immigrants. It's terrible. My grandma on my mom's side was Jewish, and she lived her last years in Florida. She became quite traditional. Oh, nice. Florida's nice. I like Florida. Many years and switched to the Republican Party. Oh, cool. She was Republican, hey? I love my mom. She will never be the kind of woman my grandma, her mother, was. Yeah, that just seems what happens. And I'm sure like your mother is a much better woman than the women of today, of Gen Z, of my generation, And yeah, obviously, that's what they say. It's called like hoflation or whatever, right? Where men are expected to do 10 times more for women that are 20 times worse than their grandmothers, because to court a woman 50, 60 years ago is pretty easy, You just had to take her on a date, just be a gentleman, and then they would fall for you. And then, within a couple of years, you could get married and she would stick with you for life. She's a good woman. She would cook. As long as you took care of the family, paid the bills, your woman would take care of you. Whereas think of the woman today, where they're all gross, they're all nasty. And sure, it's easy to get sex from them, but it's not easy to create a relationship with them and maintain it. It's very, very difficult. Or I wouldn't even say difficult, impossible. Because these women are very, very disloyal. Like you'll see, like look at all the famous rich men that have been divorced. Like Jeff Bezos has been divorced, Tiger Woods got divorced. Like if you look at every famous, successful, handsome man, they had everything going for them, but they've been divorced. And then what do their women say? Their women say, oh, he was too perfect for me. So even if you're the best man ever these days, you still get divorced by your woman because you're too perfect. But, they always find something to divorce you for. And if you're amazing all around, then you're just too perfect. Like they always find something to divorce you for. These women are disgusting. I regret not moving to Florida with my grandma back in 2000s. Yeah, that would have been nice. Florida's really, really nice. Such a nice state. Massachusetts was full of lame clowns. Yeah, I can imagine Canada's full of lame clowns too. Just moralless, evil, disgusting people who like to butt fuck each other because they're all into the liberal LGBTQ agenda. My mom is brainwashed and supports Biden. Yeah, that, like, obviously Trump isn't much better, but Trump's definitely a little better than Biden. At least, you know, he's America first. Biden's just evil. Biden can barely talk. Like yeah, airhead females are so moronic. Yeah, I agreed. They're bimbos, right? They're called bimbos. And most women these days are bimbos. Yeah. You make a lot of sense, not trying to deride you or anything. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I do a lot of research on this stuff because I don't want to get screwed over by women again. I try not to do confirmation bias. Like, I try to look at other articles and even liberal things and like see like maybe there's a good side of women that I'm missing. Maybe there's a reason they act like this, and there's just no good reason that they act like this. They're just godless, evil, disgusting pigs, these women. And I don't care if I get a community guideline strikes for saying this shit, for being misogynistic. They'll give me a hate speech guideline strike, but it's like, I'm just speaking the truth. And women can say this about men, so why can't I say this about women? You know? Yeah, Massachusetts are so cringe. Yeah, same here in Canada. I mean, Alberta is the best province in Canada, but it's still garbage. LMAO, LGBTQ, yeah, fuck it. We have a lot of that shit here. We have a lot of hippies and liberals. Like, it's extremely liberal here. Extremely liberal. So we have a lot of LGBTQ people here and shit, and they think it's brave to be LGBTQ. Like, they think they're brave. They think they're more brave than the people who stormed Normandy 100 years ago in World War II. Fucking disgusting pigs. Yeah, I probably will remain single for the rest of my life. Everything happens for a reason. I think so too. Sadly, I do want a family. I do want kids, but I do not want a disloyal slut. I do not want to be one of those idiots who is a simp and will settle for some disgusting woman who's disloyal, you know? Because to these women, a long-term relationship is 5 years. That's not long-term. That used to be considered short-term. Like, long-term to me is decades, 30, 40 years. That's long-term. 5 years is a short-term relationship to me. But to these women, that's considered long-term now. Like, what? You guys are just disloyal, fucking nasty pigs, feminist sluts. Yeah. Yeah, I probably will remain single. You won't, man. I fight and protest digitally for freedom of speech, and YouTube more than likely will not give you a strike. Yeah, but that's more the reason they will. They want to suppress people like us, you know that, right? Like, because they have their liberal agenda, they have their overlords, and BlackRock, the people who invest in Google and stuff, like BlackRock, they have that diversity and equity score. That's why Disney is so woke. That's why all these companies are so woke, because BlackRock and Vanguard, these companies with trillions of dollars, invest in these companies and they own them, and then they tell these companies to do all this woke shit because all the institutions are owned by woke people. So they Google's owned by these woke organizations, these woke institutions, and they've even infiltrated the government now. Like, they own the government. So I wish war never existed. Yeah, war has kind of always existed, but it's really bad today because obviously nuclear war and atomic bombs, because the atomic bomb they dropped on Hiroshima or whatever, or Nagasaki or whatever in Japan after Pearl Harbor, that was only an atomic bomb, and look at the damage that did. Now we have way more powerful bombs, and look at the damage that did, that atomic bomb, just that alone. And the bombs today are thousands of times stronger. Like, one nuclear war, the most powerful nuclear warhead we have, and there's like 20, 30,000 nuclear warheads on this planet, probably more that we don't even know about. But just a single one of the most powerful nuclear warhead could destroy half the planet, because nuclear, you got to think like not only is the blast strong, the radiation strong, but then there's nuclear winter, which you know, after a nuclear war, the sun doesn't get through the nuclear winter for at least a couple years. So all the plants die. And, you know, once plants dies, you can't raise cattle because the cattle has nothing to eat. And you can't eat vegetables, obviously, because you can't grow plants. So you got to think just just a single of the 20, 30,000 nuclear warheads we have, just one of them could kill like half the life on this planet. Just insane. Just one of them, and there's like 30,000. I wish no wars ever occurred. Too many American casualties in this life. Yeah, you mean like in Iraq and stuff? Yeah, there was a lot of casualties, and that didn't really accomplish much, the Iraq stuff. Nazi Germany was bad from a humanitarian standpoint as well, obviously. Yeah, it was terrible. But it's just sad because all these liberals act like they're so morally superior, all these Democrats, when really they're way more similar to Nazi Germany and fascists than the right these days. You know, who would when you look at their policies and stuff, who would you consider more fascist, Donald Trump or Joe Biden? And they're both terrible, but I'd have to say Joe Biden. Like, Joe Biden's the closest to a fascist than Donald Trump. Yeah. A bunch of elitist corporations. Yeah, BlackRock, Vanguard. There's a couple others. They're all evil. My phone is about to die. They really are. Yeah. All right. Yeah, my phone isn't about to die, but I'm going to probably end the live stream soon. I'm going to have to order some food. But, yeah. I just want to go live today and talk about how shitty Canada is. I really despise this country. And that's why I'm stacking gold, because I know this country is going to collapse with how it's going. This country can't continue like this. And that's not like a biased perspective being, you know, me being biased, being like, oh, I hate this country, it's going to collapse because I say it's going to. No, like this, when you look into the specifics, and America's like in a worse position with their debt and stuff, but when you look into the economics of this country, how the government's running, this country's going to collapse because governments these days, they only ever raise, like in America and Canada, they only ever raise taxes. They never budget. And budgeting is a fundamental thing that you, like in economics and finances, that everyone has to do, not just the government, but even individuals. You know, if you don't pay your credit card back and you don't meet those minimum monthly payments, your credit card's going to keep growing because the interest payments, and you're eventually just going to be in so much debt you have to declare bankruptcy. And the government's no different. It's just on a larger scale. And instead of ever budgeting, the government only raises taxes, and that's not a good solution, because if taxes get too high, a majority of people just stop paying them. And then there's a point of diminishing returns where you raise taxes so high that instead of getting more money, you get less money because people just stop paying taxes because they're too high. And we have the IRS here. It's called the CRA instead of the IRS. But, you know, they're not going to be able to hire enough people to follow all these people not paying taxes, because people are just going to stop paying taxes. Once taxes are too high, you have no reason to pay taxes because you just lose all your money. So it's like, you know, what's the most dangerous type of person? The person who has nothing to lose. And if the government wants to take everything you have in taxes, confiscate it, even though you're a law-abiding citizen, they just want to confiscate everything in taxes, people will just stop paying it. Because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But might as well try and keep your money than pay the taxes if they're just going to take it all anyways, you know? Unfortunately, I'm sure there's clear amount of miscommunication. What? New World Games, what? Not paying taxes sends you to jail? Yeah, and lots of people are going to be willing to go to jail when taxes are too high. You know, they're not going to be able to get my money. They can send me to jail. But the funny thing about jail is that it costs a lot of taxes too. On average here in Canada, to keep the average person in jail, it costs $135 a day to $150 a day, because, you know, they feed you 3 meals a day. It takes up space. They have to have security, you know. They have police and stuff. And so on average, it takes $135 to $150 a day, depending on which jail you're in. So that's the funny thing about it. So you don't pay taxes. So what they're going to do is use more taxes out of people who do pay taxes to put you in jail. So it's like it's completely contradictory, because, You know, you're not paying taxes, so you're gonna take more taxes because you're not paying taxes. It's completely contradictory. So it's like, fuck it. Like, I hate this country. So if they want to send me to jail for not paying taxes, go right ahead. I'll happily use up more taxes and fuck this country over because I hate this country. You know, that's why tyrannical governments never work out throughout history. They always collapse. That's why democracy was so great, but we don't live in democracy anymore. Canada has a dictator. We don't live in democracy anymore. It's funny when all these liberals and Democrats say, defend democracy, defend democracy. What democracy? You mean the fucking dictatorship we have going on? Wait, what's going on with this? The Black Widow's like spinning around. New World Gaming True. Unless you're too old to go through your time. Well, no, I'm not too old. I'm only 22, 23, but jail isn't so bad. I've been to jail for a week. It sucks. Like, jail does suck, but if I know I'm doing it for a good cause, then fuck, I'll go to jail just to not pay taxes and use up more taxes because I hate this country. I hate this country. Like, if I was ever drafted to war to fight for Canada, I would much rather fight for Russia than fight for Canada. Not saying I want to go to war, but if I was ever drafted to fight for Canada, I'd much rather fight for Russia or China. And I don't like Russia or China either, but it's like I like them a hell of a lot more than Canada. I like them hell of a lot more than NATO. You know, the National Atlantic Treaty or whatever. Yeah, I don't like NATO. I don't like the WHO. I don't like the WEF. I don't like any of these organizations, and all of these are Western organizations. I don't like any of these organizations. I hate Canada. I don't necessarily hate America, but I hate the things their government stands for too. Yeah, I want this country to collapse. And I've cost so much taxpayer money, and I just want to keep costing more and more taxpayer money and not contribute at all because Canada needs to fall apart. Fucking hate this country. I really do. And I can play these games till I'm 30, 40 because I fucking hate this country. Hey, my friend, I've seen your videos, which are really awesome and interesting, but due to some errors in your channel and video SEO optimization, your videos are not reaching. Oh, yeah, I know. I think I'm shadow banned. I think YouTube shadow banned me, dude. Yeah, I'm like shadow banned on YouTube. It's all good. I don't care. Sorry you have had a terrible time with the breakup. I fell out of a 12-year relationship. The pain in your voice is clear. I hope you'll feel better, bro. Oh, yeah, it's all good. I'm over it, man. I'll never trust another woman again, but I am over it. The breakup was in 2017. It was with my childhood best friend. We were friends for a long time. Yeah, sorry to hear about your 12-year relationship too. I mean, you do you like live your own life and stuff. But yeah, my recommendation is to never trust another woman again, at least until society fixes itself. Because males in today's society are treated as second-class citizens. Women have the right in every area. They have rights over men in every area. You name it. It's whether it's family court, whether it's civil court, or it's criminal court. They always, and even outside of the courts, they have rights over you. For example, abortion. Yeah, they have so many rights over men in today's society. It's best to just not get involved. They have women initiate 80% of the divorces. There never used to be such a thing as no-fault divorce. Nowadays, there's no-fault divorce, so a woman can divorce her husband for no reason other than, I just don't feel happy anymore, loved. No, that's not how fucking marriage and love works. If that's how it works, their marriage wouldn't exist. Like, these women just aren't loyal. No, divorce is terrible, and it's 80% of the time it's women who initiate it, and the other 20% of the time it's only because like the women cheat on the man, so then the man will initiate it. Yeah. I'm over my breakup, but what I'm not over is the fact that I've had like 30 charges due to my ex-girlfriend lying to the police, deleting her messages, acting like I was harassing her, when if anything she wasn't harassing me, but she was antagonizing me to harass her, and she was messaging me, and she deleted her messages and sent the police the evidence. And then when I tell the police, I say, look, she's lying to you guys. Look, she sent me all these messages. I wasn't harassing her. They say, oh, you're gonna have to take that up with the courts. We've already charged you. So then I try to take that up with my lawyer. I try to take that up with the courts. But my lawyer doesn't want to show that in front of the courts. My lawyer said, because my lawyer's a female, the whole system runs on females, right? Like my lawyer firm is all feminists. They're all females. They don't hire any males. It's all females. Imagine if there was a lawyer firm that says they only hire males. That would instantly get shut down by the government. But no, there's lawyer firms that hire only females. But anyways, that's besides the point. So yeah, my lawyer says, oh no, we can't bring that evidence to court because they don't care about that evidence. That's called victim blaming. Wait, but she lied. She literally lied. She gave the police false evidence. The police wouldn't take it. And now you're telling me that I can't provide this evidence in court that she lied because I'll be victim blaming. What the fuck? That's when I realized how rigged the system is against men. And that's when I realized I'm a second-class citizen. That's when I realized I have less rights because I'm a male. When I heard that, that's when I realized. Then you need I have a lawyer. I pay her $100 an hour. Do not speak to them. Yeah, that's what my lawyer said. I am an SEO expert. This is my job. If you want to, no, I'm not trying to get famous. I don't really care about my SEO. It's just kind of annoying because they shadow banned me. I don't know why. Probably because I said swear words or something. I'm kind of controversial, so they shadow banned me. But thanks for offering, man. But yeah, I know how SEO and stuff works, but I'm no expert like you. But yeah, I kind of know how it works. Yeah, the system's so rigged in every aspect, whether it's family court, civil court, or criminal court. I dealt with criminal court. But, you know, civil court is like when you sue someone. That's what civil court is, like suing someone. Women always win. Like that's what happened with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard case. I think it was civil. Well, it was initially criminal, right? And then it went to civil court. And I think Johnny Depp sued her. And that's like one of the few cases where the male actually won. It was a very high profile case. But yeah, family court, you know, family court is when they want child support, when they want custody of the kid. The women always wins. So yeah, family court, civil court, and criminal court. The women always wins a high majority of the time. It's just there's a very clear bias in the system when it comes to women against men. It's designed that way. Especially since I found this out. There's this statistic too where something like 60 to 70% of judges in the system, and a lot of the judges are males, they're not all females when it comes to the judges, but 60 to 70% of the judges donate to the Liberal Party. And the Liberal Party, you know, they're feminists. They support an agenda. So if these judges are donating to the party, what does that say about them? It says that they're part of the agenda. He won? Who won? Who won? Did you mean she won? Like my ex-girlfriend? I couldn't even debate it. Like I couldn't even bring the evidence to court. My lawyer didn't want to bring it to court because she said that'd be victim blaming, and she knows how these cases go. She's been a lawyer for 15 years or whatever she said, and she said, yeah, don't even bring that evidence to court because they're going to consider it victim blaming and that'll look bad on you. You need to take accountability and feel bad for your actions. It's like, but I didn't harass her. That she sent false evidence. She lied to the police. If anything, she should be getting charged, not me. But no, that's victim blaming. Apparently, trying to tell the truth is victim blaming. Crazy. What a crazy society. I hate Canada. Fuck this country. Fuck this country. I've reduced the detention on your YouTube. If you do SEO, your videos will improve. Your video, that's right. If you do SEO, your videos will do. Yeah, I don't really care about views or anything. I don't do this for views. So I sorry, man. I don't. I do appreciate you coming in here and talking and recommending that, but yeah, I don't really care about views or anything. It's just kind of annoying that I'm shadow banned. I don't know why they shadow banned me. I just know they did. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream in a couple minutes here. I'm going to order some food. I'm getting pretty hungry here. I might order like a pizza or something. Black Widow. I found her out on my balcony. I've had this. She's laid a bunch of egg sacs. She's actually had a lot of babies. Like, look, you can see one of her babies right there. That's one of her babies. It's kind of blurry. I don't know why. It's not focusing. But she had a bunch of babies. These are dangerous spiders. You don't want to get bit by these. But yeah, she had a bunch of babies. There's a baby right there too. Yeah, cool spiders. Cool. I like them. She's cleaning herself off right now. Man, she's spinned so much in this container. There's just webs everywhere. Just webs everywhere. Damn. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I'll make a YouTube short about my pizza that I'm ordering. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Noob World Games, I appreciate you. URG, Ramen, YT, I appreciate you. 90s Baby, I appreciate you. What do you see? Hey man, wait. Okay, what? I just want to tell you, okay. I'm just gonna order food here real quick. I would live stream for longer, but I'm just getting pretty hungry. These people above are stalkers. Oh, really? Do not trust these people. Oh. Oh, have they been on your channel too? I'm doing a work of someone. I am giving his name. You visit his channel. Hope you give me work. No, I told you, man, I don't want the Google SEO or whatever. I don't care about views. No, I just know they are corrupt and evil. Okay. Yeah, I don't really trust these people either, but I don't know if they're that one troll, you know, that one guy. But yeah, thanks for doing that, man, because yeah, that's why I don't moderate these people, because I don't trust them. If I trust them, I would moderate them. It goes way past that one troll. Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's something weird going on. I have like people like following me in comment sections and stuff too. Like they'll go from one video to another. They like, I don't know how they find me. It's another ball game at this point. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty odd. I don't really know. I try not to focus on it. I know something weird is going on, especially on this platform, but bingo. Yeah, it's very odd. But yeah, I'm gonna order some Little Caesars. I'll make a YouTube short on it. Thanks for tuning in, 90s Baby. I don't know what is with those people. Something's off about them. I mean, New World Games seem pretty cool, but I don't know about that URG guy. He kept saying the same things, and I told him. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. YouTube is just, the internet's such a weird place. I love to laugh at their utterly meaningless attempts at intimidation. Yeah, someone came in my Minecraft stream yesterday and like started like making stupid jokes and stuff, and it's like they knew me. It's like they you know, they had information on me. It was very weird. It wasn't one of these guys. I forget his name. Have a good one, Blazy. All right, you too, 90s Baby. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna end it here.